Samuel L. Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was Shaft, I believe. Shaft came first.
Yeah.
How did that come about, the Shaft? What was your audition process, if it was an audition process? Hey,
Yay, there you go.
Look at that. We on our job round here. We not
yeah.
we not fucking around. I got a sign. I got this sign from Target.
Yeah, you got the sign. Like, I need a sign. I ain't got no sign in my house with my name on it. Dang.
So how did Shaft come about, man?
Shaft was one of my agents was really excited about the rewrite. He loved the script. He loved the producer, John Davis, who, you know, is a people's person. So he's like, you got to meet with him, talk with him, and just, you know, see if y'all connect. And we did, but I still needed to audition for it. For, you know, if nothing else, to at least have Sam see something. And that means something to him. Sam is like, y'all pick, you know, y'all top 20, and then I want to see all 20. He's that type of actor. So, you know, Vicky Thomas was casting, and she's a wonderful one, like an incredible casting agent. She's one of my favorites here in LA. So when I heard she was casting, I was like, perfect.
Hey, dude, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me stop you real quick. Kim Coleman, did she cast you for Survivor's Remorse?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kim ain't cast me in shit. And this is another running theme. Kim done cast every black actor in Hollywood except me. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing wrong that Kim Coleman is casting literally every black actor. Yes. Anyways, continue, man. Shout out to Vicky.
I can give you some tidbits about Kim if you want. They're all good things, but it might help you.
Please tell me, brother, because I need
it. Yeah, we'll talk about that later, though.
Offline, okay.
So Vicky, like, I call her. I'm like, you know, what are they looking for? What can I do? You know, what do I need to prepare? What should I focus on? What should I not? And she just kind of gave me a rundown. They wanted me to prepare a lot more pages than I had time to. And I asked them if I could just move it back, you know, a day or two at least. I had my daughter with me because I got split custody of my daughter. And usually when she's with me, like, I don't do anything else. You know, I try to put everything off until when I'm not with her. So she has my undivided attention. And I was explaining that to Vicky, and she's like, this is it. And we need you to come in like tomorrow. And, you know, like, everybody else is going to be here too. Like, Tim Story, director's going to be here. John Davis, the producer's going to be here. And, you know, like this is it. And I was like, I'm going to try my best. You know, I went in an hour early. I sat with Vicky and just like let her hear me a couple times and just got a couple of notes from her. Went downstairs. I was the first person there, obviously, because I was an hour early. I went downstairs and I was just preparing in my head to not fuck up. That's really all it is at that point. You know what I mean? Like, the only thing that you could do that they would hate is that if you fuck up. Like, you could do your thing. You still might not get it, but as long as you don't fuck up, you're fine. So I just was trying not to ruin it. And, you know, they called me in first. I literally sat right next to the door that the casting was taking place in. And I saw Vicky go in. I saw Tim go in. I saw his assistant go in. I saw John and his assistant. I saw everybody walk in the room. And then they called me up first. I walked in there, and Sam's sitting dead center in the room on the couch with his legs crossed. It's a basketball shorts and a t-shirt. And I immediately thought
was his balls hanging out of the basketball shorts? I didn't see this
nigga. Damn near, because Sam wears small shorts.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I knew it. I just seen him in some
like golf shorts, like tennis player shorts.
He got them old grown man balls. He seasoned balls.
Old grown man balls, man. But yeah, he was sitting just like that, but with his legs crossed. But the thing is, I watched everybody go in the room. I literally watched them go in the room. I said hi to everybody in the room. So my first thing out my mouth when I walked in was, did he come in through the window? Like, how the fuck did he get in here? And everybody started laughing. Like, everybody fell out laughing, including him. And he's like, don't worry how I got in here. You know, let's do this thing. Straight to business, like straight to business. And I was like, perfect, you're right. Let me get my shit together. You threw me for a loop for a second, but I'm back. And like, we just did the audition and we had a lot of fun. We was laughing, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then that was it.
Let me tell you what I realized about Shaft. When I watched Shaft, because I had this, I write, so I don't know if you know I write, but
I do. Write, yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah, and so I had this project that my management team were super interested in. They still are interested in it. So, you know, I'll be in my producer bag also. And so I was like, let me watch Shaft because I wanted to see you because I had this role for this particular script. So I was like, I want to see if Jesse is funny. You know, that's what you see what I'm saying? So I'm watching like as a producer, let me see if he's funny.
Right.
You know, because I'm a comedian, you know, I'm a stand-up comedian. So I'm like, I'm judging. I'm judging.
Now you critical.
I am. And I was like, oh, and I was pleasantly surprised, man. That's what made me enjoy the movie so much more. Because first of all, the Shaft movie is dope, man. It's a funny, cool movie. The stakes are high. Yeah, but I was like, yo, Jesse is killing it in here with the comedy. And that's what was surprising and refreshing. I'm like, this nigga good looking, god damn it. He's nice. He's funny. Nigga got a strong hairline. What the fuck? Like, he's incredible. But yeah, bro, have you learned anything from Sam since working with him or from working with him?
So much. I learned so much about professionalism and preparation and inclusiveness. And I can briefly like break those things down. Like in terms of professionalism, I will say I don't think there's anyone on this planet more professional than Samuel L. Jackson. Period. You know, like he doesn't need any HR classes. He's not saying anything inappropriate unless he's intending to. Like there's no slip of the tongue. There's no Sam doesn't know his lines today. He needs some more time. There is no Sam's running late today to hair and makeup. Can we buy him 5 minutes? Like that doesn't exist. You know what I mean? They call out first team. Sam is usually the first person there on set. Like it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy because you know he's doing so much. You know, in between he's still reading like 3 other movies and a book. And he's listening to a podcast, you know what I mean? And he's calling his wife and he's learning his lines for this and the other movie that he's doing at the same time. But he's still that professional. And it's kind of mind-blowing. Like I couldn't even fathom how he was working that way. And then you kind of meet the people that he works with and you can see like when he stand up, they stand up. You know what I mean? Like everything is working in tangent and it's really, really impressive.
Wow.
But he makes everybody feel important. He makes sure everybody's doing their job as well. You know, he's saying like, hey, I'm Samuel Jackson and I'm this prepared. You should be too. Because at the end of the day, you're not Samuel Jackson yet, but you won't be unless you do this, you know? And it's really admirable to hear someone at that level talk like that. Because it could be the opposite. It could be, I show up whenever I want. I'm Samuel Jackson, but it's not that. It's I'm here first. I'm Samuel Jackson. Yeah, that's what you see all the time. Right. That's what, you know, that's the common thing that we see. But with him, it was, I'm here first. I know my lines. I know your lines. I know why the camera's going over there. I understand why the DP needs the light over here. Like, I know all of this. And you should too. You know what I mean? So it was like inspiring to just be in a room with him time after time. And, you know, he's not one to hand out compliments at all. So when he would look at me and be like, good shit, I'll be like, oh!
Right.
We made it. Like, I was so hyped.
Right.
I try to keep it cool. Like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Nigga,
so
we made
walk
it.
Out and be like, yeah, for real. I put the theme song. Like, I be so hyped, bro. Man. But yeah,
and what do you mean by the exclusiveness when you said Samuel Jackson? You also learned about exclusiveness.
No, inclusiveness.
Oh, inclusive.
Meaning like inclusiveness, just meaning everybody who's on set feels important.
Gotcha.
You know, he would draw all that in. Like somebody would do something that we all know is not that easy to do. Like maybe everybody's cold and we need a heater from 200 yards away. And somehow it gets here like that, you know, from a random locations person that you never met. Most of the time, we don't even acknowledge that. We're in our sides. Sam will literally look up and be like, let's give a round of applause for this guy who got this thing over here in like record timing. Right. And that person probably goes home feeling like, yo, like I can quit now. Samuel L. Jackson literally made the whole set stop and give me a round of applause for doing this. And like, yeah, I was dying inside, but like, I made it happen, you know what I mean? Because he asked me, but he is like, thank you to this person, thank you to that person, thank you to this person. You know, well, like job well done, nice work, you know what I mean? Just small acknowledgements about things that usually go over all of our heads. He doesn't miss anything. He doesn't miss anything.
Hmm.
Nothing. It's crazy. But he's been in the game for that long, you know.
Was there any intimidation when you first started working with him?
Yes, my first day there was a little bit of intimidation, but he wasn't even in the scene. I was doing the scene with somebody else, and he showed up for a fitting, which was next to where we were shooting at. So he walks over to the set, watches one take, and you know, I just talked to him. I was like, "Hey, man, you know, I'm ready to work with you tomorrow. I'm excited, you know, all that kind of stuff." And his only response was, "Yeah, yeah, yeah, but don't let this little motherfucker outshine you in your own movie." And walked out. And I was like, "Damn."
Shit. Goddamn. Sam
He
J.
immediately felt the pressure of like needing to do well, you know what I'm saying? And then it kind of faded away like after a few days because he is really cool, but like that was just his icebreaker. But in that moment, my heart was beating extra fast. I was like, am I losing this battle right now? Like, what's happening? Man, it was a trip. It was a
So
trip.
the other important movie that you did, which I thought to be a phenomenal movie with him, was called The Banker. Uh,
Uh-huh.
how did that come about? Because anyone that don't know, it's about Samuel Jackson, Anthony Mackie using a white dude to buy banks,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an incredible film. How did that one come about? Was
Yeah.
that's a
That was
fire movie.
thank you. Thank you. That was an incredible story. Really deep, really important, really timely. But to be honest with you, I didn't do anything for that. That was Sam sort of putting his neck out for a role that they didn't really have time to find the right person for, but they knew they would need someone that they can depend on because it was that character that I played was in too many scenes that were important to push the story along. Even though like I wouldn't do or say as much as Anthony or Anthony or Sam or whatever, but it was just one of those things where like the wrong casting can ruin this movie. So Sam kind of just spoke up and said like Jesse could do it, and they're like, really? Like, yeah, Jesse could do it. So I got a call, and they literally said, "Hey, Sam said you could do this. Do you want to do it?"
Damn.
I was like, well, if Sam said I can do it, then I probably, yeah, let's do it. I'm not gonna say no. I didn't even know what it was. I was like, yeah, sure, send it to me. Let me see. And it was The Banker.
Man, classic,
Crazy.
man. I recommend that to everybody. Anybody that haven't seen that movie, check it out. It's on Apple. Is it the
Apple TV.
Apple TV? I got a few more
Hmm.
questions, bro, and I'm gonna let you go.
What's up, man? Talk to me.
One is, where are you at when it comes to, is the goal to become a movie star, or is the goal to pick great roles?
Hmm.
That's part of the question, and then the other part is, I know someone like a Michael B. Jordan. Even I don't know if you're familiar with the actor comedian named Tone Bell, but
Mm-mm.
but I've heard both of them say that they tell their agents that they don't want to read just for black roles. Like they want to
Hmm.
make sure that they're getting roles that's written for white people also, because they don't want to only just be the lead of a black film, or only want to be reading for just the black character. Is that a
Right.
conversation that you have with your representation, or are
Yeah.
you not really concerned about that?
No, that's the thing that I would say probably around the time that I went to Paradigm that conversation started up, because that's easy for agents to do. So that tends to be what they'll lean on. Oh, there's a great role for a black male, but hold up right there. You know what I mean? Like, I know where this is going. I see a pattern here. Let's make sure that we changing this up. Like, yeah, I want those too. Yes, don't hold back on those when you call me, but that's not all you should be looking for. You know what I mean? Like my face shouldn't pop up in your head only when you see those things come across your desk. So that's kind of what that conversation is like. But all in all, to be honest with you, the goal is not necessarily to be, a movie star or anything along those lines. It's more so just to have more control over my time within this industry. It's like,
Hmm.
where do I want to spend majority of my time? Am I looking to be doing more roles and trying to prove that I can do something different here, or am I going to be doing television shows is about stories that I don't necessarily care as much about versus other things. It's like I want control of that time. Like Will Smith has control of his time.
Right.
You know what I mean? I see people tell me all the time, like, yeah, but he's not my favorite actor. I'm like, I don't care who your favorite actor is. Will has control of his time. If he's saying, all right, I'm gonna spend 6 months next year doing something, whatever that 6 months is that he's doing, it's like the number one thing he'd want to be doing. It's not, number one didn't work out, so let me try 2 and 3. Like, it's always number one. You know what I'm saying? For him, I want that.
Wow. I never thought about that. Time is so important to me personally. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to get to a position where you have control over it and be like, no, I want to have 4 months out of the year to do a film. And, you know,
right.
In the industry.
And everyone makes it happen.
Yeah. That's big. Hey, so this is something I bet you through.
Oh, here we go.
I swear, I was like, I ain't even think about it till just now. And I was like, oh yeah, I gotta bring this up because I want you to realize this. First of all, I met you on MacGyver because you're dating my co-star, Tristan Mays. How did you? I want to know how y'all met, and even if and then the other question is, do you realize I'm married, so I exclude me from this.
Okay. Every
black man that I know is furious that you dated her and they're not. What? Bro, when I tell you every nigga I know, they're like, man, I like Tristan, but that nigga Jesse dating her. But they don't. But it ain't like they hate you. It's one of those.
I know.
Damn, like he got him a nice one. He got him one that people really like. So how did y'all first meet? And that's how I met you. That's when I realized that you was a cool dude, even from her introducing us.
Right. Well, thank you. Well, we're not anymore, so they're all off the hook. They can go ahead and do their thing. Yo! But let me take it full circle for you, though.
I just gave this big ass grand introduction.
You did, and I was gonna let you finish it too. But let me take it full circle for you, though. So 13, 14 years ago, we did a commercial together, and we've been friends ever since. And we took that dive into, like, you know, romantic interest right around the time that I met you. We had kind of just started dating, and it just didn't feel right. So we went back to being friends. So like now we're kind of, you know, back where we were before then. And like, we're still cool. We talk, you know, every so often, all that kind of stuff. I think she's back in Atlanta now, all that kind of stuff. But it just, you know, I felt that too, though. What you said about like other people in the industry, like I totally felt that.
Oh,
like
okay.
Everybody started, because I'm cool with everybody. I just don't hang out with everybody.
Right.
But like I'm cool with everybody I met. I don't think I have a squabble, a squirrel, whatever they call it, with anyone. You know what I mean? Like we all cool, but people were different when Tris and I were together. And I knew it was because of her. You know what I mean? But that didn't bother me. Like I didn't care. I wasn't pressed to like rub elbows with people all the time. That's not my thing. You know what I mean? So I didn't really care. But yeah, man. So like now we back being cool. So we'll see how the streets are when COVID is over and everybody can go out and hang out again. Now all of a sudden they're gonna be like, Jess, good to see you. Like,
hey, bro, because y'all made, first of all, you've made every Negro in Hollywood happy. That's number one. You've made everybody happy.
It's like
But y'all was such a pretty couple. I remember y'all came to meet. Man, y'all came to meet me, Marlon. And Marlon Wayans, me, Marlon Wayans, and my homeboy Justin. We eating in Atlanta, and y'all pulled up real quick before y'all was finna go do whatever. And I said, this is the most gorgeous couple I have ever seen in my life. I said, it's incredible. Now, I'm gonna tell you the craziest thing. I said, I think Jesse's prettier than her. I said, God damn it. I said, how is this possible?
Not in a million years.
Man, but okay, so I didn't know that. Well, feel free to still come visit the set of MacGyver if you want to.
I probably will. That's the thing, man. Like, you know, that's just, just based on like the relationship that Tris and I have, and just knowing everybody on y'all setting down, how cool everybody was, I wouldn't put it past me. If I stopped into Atlanta, I probably would come visit the set of Montgomery. No lie. Because y'all were mad cool. Y'all showed me so much love.
Hey man, straight up, I can't wait for your episode to air because we didn't even get to it. They gonna air it season 5
tonight. Yeah,
they airing it tonight.
Today Thursday, right? Yeah, they usually air right around midnight. Well, technically tomorrow, but
right.
It's tonight.
So we gonna wrap up on The Boys. Phenomenal show. The storyline, the characters, the special effects. How did you find out about this show, and did you know it was gonna be the hit that it is?
I found out about it when I was shooting Shaft, and it was in the middle of the thing, and my television person was like, "Hey, you know, we got a self-tape that we think it'd be worth you sending in a tape for, and here are the sides and this and that." And I looked at it. It's based on a graphic novel. I'm looking at the character, and it was all kind of up in the air. They were like, they're looking at you for either A Train or the D. And I'm like, all right, so one, they're not even specific about how they want to place me in the show. I wasn't feeling it. It was one of those weeks, and like we all have these weeks on a project where usually everything is pretty much good to go, but there's always a stress week of like locations is tripping, or we packed too much into this week that we weren't really expecting, or the rain messed us up on Monday, so now Friday is going to be ridiculous. It's always something like that, and that was one of those weeks. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like, I have too much to do when I get off work to be worried about another job. I need to focus on this one. You know what I mean? And I couldn't stress that enough. And they kept saying, well, just send in the tape. If you don't like it, then like we want to.